Jesus. Triple H is just not helping himself.
All right, first things first. Pocket watching? We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why there's someone in WWE who's worried about Tony Khan's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Worry about the fact that Cody Rhodes has no heels on SmackDown. Worry about that, please. But let's entertain this source news thing, even if I don't even know if it's real. Honestly, I don't know if it's real. But if it is, let's talk about it for a little bit. I look at wrestling the same way I look at basketball, okay? I ain't a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? I am a broke heir. I got nothing. But the way I look at basketball is like, if I'm an owner, you feel me, and I give a superstar $33 million, I'm going to want him to make some damn shots. I'm going to want him to win a championship, multiple championships. $33 million? That's a lot of money. I'm going to want him to give me the return back on that investment. If I'm an owner of a label and I give a new rapper $10 million, I'm going to want you to sell some albums, sell out some concerts, tour the world. I want you to be the biggest. I just gave you all this money. Give me my return back on my investment. That's it. I think Swerve and Daniel Garcia are bad examples about overpaying wrestlers because both of them are doing very good jobs at their job. Daniel Garcia is a great talent. Swerve just lost the world championship and he's still going to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? AEW helped to make Swerve from being a member of Hit Row to a freaking world champion. That's something that AEW has to hold up. Like, we did that, you know? But when Tony Khan brings in these free agents and he signs them and gives them all this money in the hopes that they're just going to change the perspective of AEW, and they don't change the perspective of AEW, that's what I mean on not getting your return back on your investment. I love Mercedes, I love Ospreay, and I love Okada. But there's only one person who I believe has really changed the dynamic of AEW, and that's Ospreay. A lot of people wanted Okada to stay away from WWE because they didn't want him to be a comedy act. But now he is a comedy act calling everyone a bitch. It's funny. I have no problem with it, but that's just what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's a champion. He can still wrestle, but his gimmick right now is a comedy act. Mercedes. I love Mercedes, feel me? But the diehard AEW fans, as many of them as I've talked to, they don't really like her being there because, one, we all know that she very well said that she's there for the bread and she gonna leave. Again, I ain't hating. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? She the GOAT. But that's not going to come off well to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, and even worse, everyone already knows that when she's done with AEW, she's coming back to the WWE. Like, she said it before Big Business, before her AEW debut. She said it on a podcast, on YouTube. She said it and then smiled. I understand why some AEW diehard fans are not happy because they want her to be all in, no pun intended, all in on AEW. But she halfway in, halfway out because she's trying to get the bread and then she's going to go back to be with Bayley and them. Me personally, I respect the honesty, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't see it like that. So the only people they see, or the only person they see as far as the 3 free agents go about being like really invested into AEW is Ospreay. Ospreay didn't say nothing about leaving. He's doing great matches, great promos. He's damn near one of the hottest faces in the company. Ospreay's all in. Okada may be all in too, but maybe not in the way some wrestling fans may have wanted him to be, you know? But that's the thing. You give the wrestlers all this money, you're going to want them to bring in as much money or more than you signed them. Just like the NBA and rapper analogies I gave you. So do I think it's ruining wrestling? No. But I think it's ruining AEW at a point. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest problems, and Tony Khan already mentioned this, he's fully aware that one of WCW's biggest problems was that they were overpaying wrestlers and there was no return on investment. And you can't give every wrestler a fortune. You can't, because it may not be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but eventually you're going to run out of money because all of these wrestlers have not returned on the investment that you gave them. You just gave them $20 million here, 20 there, 20 there, 20 there. And now they just have the money. And they're going to go and go somewhere else. But you still have to deal with that. You're still $20 million in the hole. If I have a starting 5 of NBA players and I give all of them a fortune, I'm going to want all 5 of them to win me a championship. And if only 2 of them are good and the other 3 are just there going through the motions because they got paid, I'm getting rid of those other 3. But then AEW doesn't really like the whole releasing wrestlers thing because they don't want to be like the big bad future endeavors. Ooh, think about this. Jade walked in the office and told Tony, I want this amount of money. I want this amount of money. Tony gave it to her, and she still left. So even the big lucrative contracts, they may not save you from losing a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just the pomp and circumstance of the entertainment program may seem better. I just don't want to see AEW fall victim to the biggest problem with the company, you know, because it's a problem they can fix. But from my perspective, as a spectator, not a billionaire, I don't see a reason for giving all these wrestlers this money and them not bringing the money in back, because you're just throwing money out there. They're going to go and spend it. And now you're just like, oh, I'm still out of money. And they're not doing anything for my company.